Okay, let's just this time we're just going to do very quickly off a blueprint. The what I'm actually going to do is the ankle bracelet. It's a very simple design. So the first thing I'm actually going to do, just to save myself some time, I'm going to take a screenshot of the actual ankle bracelet there. I'm going to click onto just save that as something like capture on the background. Yeah. And then I'm going to import this into very similar to what we did before, which is insert canvas, and then I'll put that on as a backdrop to Fusion on the back face like this. There we go. Zoom it in. Click OK. So as I said, the daisy. What have I done there? So that flipped. Edit canvas. I'm just going to flip. I'm not going to flip that. Okay, so I have to read the numbers. Yeah. So as I said to before, we are looking at getting this to be roughly the right size, which is 5.25 inches. What I've done on here in document settings, I've changed my units to inches because obviously in the UK we are millimeters, but I'm working off the R2 drawings. So otherwise you'll end up with a really small R2. So I'm going to calibrate the drawing, and I want to calibrate from this point. And I'm not going to use the drawing as an exact line drawing, just give me a reference that's the right size, and it's 5.425 to there, and that should be 5.425. So now I've got the blueprint, which shows me roughly where my main drawing is. So I'll start off by drawing the line along the bottom. So go into drawing mode, and then literally I'll start from the center. Obviously, I'm not using I'm going to draw over it, but I'm actually going to do 5.425, so I get exact accurate ones at 90-degree angle, which is there. Then I'm going to go up here, which I know is 2.705, which will take me to there. Tick that. And then I'll do another line on this side, which is 90 degrees to 2.705, which is there. And then there we go. And then what you actually got here is a few other details which we'll start to do. So I know that this is offset, so I do modify offset and just do that. Oops. I just delete that bottom one and then accidentally. Oh, it's silly. Right, so let's just select that, modify offset by oops. Modify offset 0.21875. Okay, there we go. And then I can now draw a line from that corner in. I've got dimensions this way. Let me just have a quick look on my blueprints to see if there's any more dimensions. What dimensions there? Okay, yeah. So what I'll do is I'll draw a line from the center of there to there, which is 4.4375 divided by 2, which gets me to exactly where I need to, and I'll pull this up to 1.8125 as it says in the diagram there. And there we go. And then I'll do, in fact, to tell you what I do sometimes, I sometimes just grab the middle point, find the middle point, draw a line up. So most of these things are mirrored, and then what I can do is I can create mirror, highlight that line, and use that center line as a mirror line. So now I'm drawing that other bit up to there. Then I want this piece here, so I know, and I'm not too bothered about drawing right across things at the moment. I know this is 3.25, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another line, the center point of here, which is 3.25 divided by 2. Do loads of different ways of doing this, but this is the way I'll just roughly go through. Go up this length of this gap here. What have we got here now? I've got 2 points. This is where you've got to sort of interpret this. So I've got a line that's 2.70 something from there. So let me just draw a reference line this way, which is 2.70625, which will give me a reference line. There we go. So now I've got the reference point. So now what I can do, if I hover over one corner and hover over that corner, I can then snap to that point, and I can move that across like that. Actually, I hovered over the wrong corners there, didn't I? Let me hover over that one, hover over that point, and snap to that corner there. Yep, that's that one there. Create mirror, highlight this one. Just let that center line. Okay, there we go. So now we're getting somewhere. And then there's looks like there's another reference point here, which is 3.25. Now I say I'm pretty unorthodox the way I do this, but I do it purely because I'd like the speed at which I actually work. So what I'm going to do now is select the circle tool, go from the center of this line on the circle tool and see if I can get it to snap to that point there. Center, there we go. And then that's 0.4375 plus 0.4375. Let's say radius figure. Okay, there we go. And then see if I've got any reference whatsoever for this angle here, which I have, is 99.1. So I'm going to draw a line from there, which will be, so this is where you've got to play around a little bit with angles. So that's 90, so it'll be 189.1, I think. Oops, if I get it wrong, 189.1. Escape the math. There we go. Yeah, so that is 9.1 degrees, and then again create mirror. That one. This is, lots of different ways of doing this kind of workflow, but you can see now that you actually managed to do this. Then you've got this one here, which gives you a radius. So I'm just going to create arc, center point arc. Now that's from that point there, which is that. So the first thing I need to do is draw from the center down 0.062813. Right down to there. That gives me a reference point now, and then create arc, center point arc. So I'm going to highlight that, and then I'm going to pick it up from this corner here, drag it right the way around, and connect it to that point there. And then what that does effectively is probably, I think I've done most of that. So then I finish sketch, and then what I'm going to do is just hide my sketch. So what I do then is I just highlight that, highlight that, highlight that, and there you go. You've pretty much modelled the ankle, and then the thickness is 0.125. So if I press pull, 0.125, click OK, and hide my canvas, and there we go. We have an anklet bracelet off the blueprints.